Hi, this is David Chen. Today we're talking about sales process for standard residential 1 to 4 units. This is based on California Purchase Agreement 30-day style. And please consult your realtor, escrow, loan officer regarding to time frame changes. Due to the fact every single transaction is different and complexity of a transaction is different. Also, your need is different. So please consult your realtor regarding to a change. This is just standard default version. Let's talk about seller side and buyer side. For seller side, the more complexity and more stuff to do is actually before you put property on market, because your property may need improvement and some work may need to be done to arrange so you have best showing. That's between you and your realtor and the strategy of the presentation of your property. But also, before you put your property in market, it's best to have your property report and disclosure done ahead of time, so you don't have to rush it. So that will be before you put a property on market and finish your reports. Then once you put on your market, your property on market showing, and you accept an offer, then that's the day you accept offer is considered 0 day. And we're talking about calendar days here. Within 5 days, you need to return the escrow instruction. And the escrow instruction is instruction from escrow on the process and some information they need to process the transaction. So you need to return the document within 5 days so they can have time to process all the details. And you need to send the buyer property reports and the disclosure within 7 days. Why you need to do that? Because you want to make sure your buyer know all the issues the property have that you know of for the property sale. And you want to do it before 7 days is because you want to make sure they have time to study and agree and understand the whole process. And once after the 7 day you send in all the report, besides some stuff that your realtor need to help you with during duration, you don't have that much to do until the property is closed, that's being recorded. But make sure you keep the property in as is condition. What is as is condition is what the buyer see on the day they come visit, is what the condition gonna be. So you need to keep all the maintenance and all the utility on until it's closed. And once it's recorded and you pass a key to them, the transaction considered closed, then it's complete. For the buyer side, it's a little bit more complex on the transaction time, during the transaction time. Before you saying your offer, you just look at properties. But once the seller accept your offer as a buyer, it's considered as day 0. But within 3 business days. Why I say 3 business days? Because usually the earnest money deposit is preferred to be wired in, and the bank doesn't open on non-business day. That's why I say 3 business day. You want to wire in your earnest money deposit, and within 5 business day, you need to do the same as the seller. Return escrow instruction, because the seller have their portion of escrow instruction, but buyer also have their portion, your portion of escrow instruction you need to complete. It's just transaction information escrow need to complete the transaction. And before your final 17 days remove contingency, you need to do several things. You need to read through a property report, understand it, and read through a disclosure, understand it, conduct a home inspection, all the inspection you need, and if it's all satisfied, and you and your realtor have a complete satisfactory of the property and the transaction, you can remove all contingency besides loan contingency on 17th day. Why I say besides loan contingency, because loan officer need extra few days to process through information, and so instead remove a send time in 17 days. They with updated California purchasing agreement, it's actually 21 days. So if a loan officer finish the paperwork before 21 days, you can remove earlier, but usually default is 21. Please work with your realtor and your loan officer regarding to remove loan contingency, because that's important information, and make sure it's everything is satisfactory on the loan portion before you remove it. So, and the 5 days before the property close, you make sure you need to do a final walkthrough. That's property verification and the wiring the final down payment. And once you do that, if you have a loan, your loan company will wiring their portion of the payment. And once it's complete on that, your information will be recorded. You're gonna get a key, and the process will be considered as finished. So that's do a quick buyer side run through. Once it gets accepted, it's considered as 0 day. Within 3 days, 3 business days, you want to wiring your earnest money deposit. 5 days, you want to return your escrow instructions. And within 17 days, you want to read through your property reports, disclosure, conduct all inspections, satisfy with all conditions of the property, and if it's everything satisfactory, you want to remove within 17 days. And if you have a loan, that's on 21st day. And on 5 days before you close, since we're talking about 30 days, it'll be 25th day. You will do property walkthrough. That's a property verification. Final down payment for both you and your loan company, and get the record on the closing day. And that pretty much that's it. It's a very nice, easy process, but you need to work with your realtor on the detail of it, because during the time on the inspection, there's other repair requests, and all the issue may arise, which your realtor can help you with that. So please consult your realtor for the detail. I'm just talking about the basic sales process for this particular basic standard transaction. So like I said before, based on complexities of the transaction and the need, your time frame might be changed, either compressed or expand, or on exactly what I just stated here. So please consult your realtor for that. That's it for today's rough explanation of sales process for standard residential 1 to 4 units. Thank you.